Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. And I'm here today to bring the review for Sakamoto Days Manga Chapter 144. Okay, so the first thing I want to address is Shin. So I feel like Shin has been written out. I don't know, not written out. I feel like what we are told, well, what Shin says within this chapter is just basically the mangaka of the series saying Shin is going to be useless during this fight. Deal with it. Because Shin is there sprouting a whole load of nonsense. Basically saying, because, I forget her name, but because she's not displaying murderous or killer intent, whichever you want to phrase it, he can't read her completely. That's the impression, that's the way I've interpreted this chapter, that you can't read her completely. And that shouldn't, at least in my opinion, that should not be the case. Yeah, I can get it if he was having a harder time reading her. Again, when she's not displaying no murderous intent, no killer intent. So that kind of, I want to say muddles her thoughts, maybe, kind of. But yeah, I can understand if it was making things harder for Shin. But like I said, the way the way I've interpreted this chapter is to make it seem like he can't read it at all. And it's, for me, it just feels like the mangaka kind of almost regrets giving Shin mind reading abilities, because when it comes to fights, like I've been saying for a while, when you can read minds, you should be doing way better in fights. But never the case for Shin. Does Shin have a W to his name? Because I don't think he does. I literally don't think he does. Not a one-on-one W. And if he does have a W, was it really worried? Was it a clear-cut win? But anyway, moving on. This chapter does focus on Mafuyu versus this person from the Order, and their fight is in the typical Sakamoto Days fashion, very entertaining, and it is a one-sided fight, rightly so. Mafuyu is still a young buck, he's still new in this assassin game, but I feel like the mangaka went out of their way to throw in that line where Mafuyu mentions Gaku basically saying like, I got the whole impression that line was basically thrown in there to just let us know that like, if Mafuyu didn't train with Gaku, this would have been over way sooner, but so whatever it was. I feel like that line was thrown in there to make it seem like, Gaku's training was needed, but Gaku's training still seems pointless and probably didn't help him at all. He might as well have not had the training from Gaku, but whatever. So by the end of this chapter, it's not looking good for Mafuyu, but I honestly do not know if I feel like that this is the end for him. He still has Shin on side, Shin could probably come in there and save him, and I don't think it's right to think that, that's going to be the likely scenario, because after all, what was his name? Gaki? The guy who Shin invited to help, and he just he was killed off real quick. So for a character like him, and if you can get killed off real quick, Mafuyu, you could very quickly meet the same fate. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but we'll roll out and see how things go. I'm going to give this chapter a 3-star rating, and like always guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care, have a nice day.